City Transportation has a daily ridership of 3 million. That's a whole lot of moving. Welcome to the elite. And welcome to We Move New York, the podcast. This is the show for the people that move New York. Welcome to We Move New York, the podcast. And here's your host, Hugh.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today's topic is a hot topic. It's been discussed back and forth a lot in the Depot's Facebook groups. Depot Facebook groups in particular, are they important and are there too many? I know when I'm a part of a lot of transit groups, and me being in buses, when I scroll down my timeline, I see groups from most depots have their own Facebook group, if not one, several. And tonight I'm joined here with Danny Cruz from MTV. He runs MTV Operators Facebook group, and also TA MaBSTOA United, and also Frank DeJesus. I'm sorry, and he runs. Frank, you run KB Depot.
100 Street Depot.
100 Street Facebook page. Reason why I brought these two guys on the show today, because they are doing, in my opinion, a great job on running their Facebook group pages. The pages are very informative, and quite honestly, sometimes I'm surprised at some of the information that they have. A lot of other groups don't. So, first thing I want to ask Danny, what's going on? How you been? How you made it through the storm? Did you work that day?
I'm good. No, I was actually home, so I got to enjoy it by looking out my window, and that's it.
All right, cool. Look what I do, Frank. You worked during the storm?
Nah, I had the day off and we went outside, built a nice snowman with the kids.
I call it a trifecta because I was off also. So what I want to get into is, like, Danny, what made you? First of all, Danny, how much time you have on the job?
Just hit 4 years in September, so going on my fifth soon.
And what about you, Frank?
3.5.
3.5. Okay, cool. That's still fairly new. You know what I'm saying? Learning the system. But Danny, what made you start your Facebook group page?
For me, I felt that there was a lack of communication in the depot and between union management and the operators that were actually in the field every day. There was things that happened in the field that we had no prior knowledge before going out there. So
and what about you? I'm sorry, go ahead.
For me, it was just like, as basic as knowing that a bus stop was closed before we got there. If we reported, we wanted to see that. So when I went out there, I wouldn't look incompetent by saying, "Oh, next stop, 79th." Next thing you know, that stop is closed.
Right. What about you, Frank? Is it something similar? What was your story?
I mean, pretty much the same thing, but I took a lot of inspiration from Danny and actually my brother Michael Enriquez. They actually, I explained my situation and what I was going through out in 100 Street, and my wanting to give information to the members, and they said, look, the easiest way to do it is a Facebook page, and we got it started on the spot, and we've never looked back after that.
All right, cool. What makes either you guys' pages different from the pages that already existed for your individual depots, and Danny, yours, like, the TA MaBSTOA United page. What separates your page from the other pages that are out there?
Well, for us, we're trying to stick with empowering the members, teaching things or making sure that the members are aware of what's in black and white and either rules, regulations, bulletins, whatever be the case, that if you find yourself in a situation in the field with a manager or a passenger, that you have read something that you can use to protect your job. It's a place where you're going to come to when you have to look something up, and everything is there. You ask a question and everybody's going to be able to answer. We'll provide the documents that if you have a question about a wheelchair, we'll put the bulletin right there for you, so that way you get to read it yourself and determine, okay, this is what I have to do.
Well, I can say this I drove for 7 years before becoming a dispatcher, and I can tell you for sure that a page like that, like the guys that did a page like the you guys are running would have been definitely helpful to me as a driver, and I'm sure even some of the people that are still driving that when I drove, like sometimes there was so much misinformation, and like we would go back and forth for what was the procedure, what was the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do, and as always, there's someone would say, "Well, there's a bulletin." Where? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of
Nobody's ever
times
seen it.
right, when you guys say that this is what's supposed to be done, I mean, like you say, you back it up in black and white. There it is. There's no arguing or debating. Like facts is facts, and it can't be disputed. So like sometimes like I said, I go through my Facebook page, and there's like for instance, like one of the big things would be like, let's say Rockefeller Center, like. Is the stop open? Is it closed? It's like, yeah, it's open. Well, I blew the stop. I didn't know it was open, but you post, the stop is closed from this date to that date and this time to this time. Another thing with detours, I mean, even as a dispatcher, someone will ask me, do we have a detour today? I don't even know. And I'll go to the Facebook page, like, yeah, we do have a detour today. You know what I'm saying? And he gives the instructions right off the Facebook page. So thank you guys for making my job easier. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Round of applause for that. How often do you guys update your page, and before you even tell me how often you update your page, where do you guys go to get this information?
Um,
Or is that a trade secret? If you want to keep it a secret, it's fine with me.
I'll run with this one. So everything's there for everybody to read. There's always a way. Everything is digital, so there's always somewhere to find, whether it be a booklet, a link, or a web page that has every single bulletin, whether it be any notices from transit or the MTA or anything having to do with New York City politics, Congress laws. Everything is accessible to us right in our hands with these phones.
Right.
It's just a matter of knowing where to find the information. For me,
Right.
I like to be organized, so I started looking around for different information online, like Department of Buses. We have a webpage. New York City Transit has their own as well. So there's a lot of information in both. It's just a matter of putting them together and finding what we as the members need to know to help our job on a daily basis.
Right,
yeah,
and putting in the work to actually find it.
yeah. It takes a lot of work. It's a
Right.
full-time job running one of these pages.
Well, let me tell you this. Like, so I'm at MTV. I'm the pick dispatcher, and now they have the electronic pick board that's updated live, and Danny monitored the pick, and he would call me like, "Hey, you missed one." I'm like, "Oh, did I?" I go back, "Oh yeah, I did miss one. I missed something on the update." And again, I think that's incredible as we move more towards modern technology. Some of the systems that we use are quite antiquated, for whatever reason they are, but it seems to start making that move in towards that digital direction that we're going, as far as like with the pick. Again, that would have been a great tool for me when I was a driver, as far as being up to date on what's going on with the pick and what's available and not. Frank, let me ask you, did you get any backlash from the union, anyone else in the depot when you started your own page? Because I'm sure there were other pages already in existence when you started your page.
Yeah. There was backlash, and not everybody in the business of that we're in. I apologize with the little ones in the
That's fine.
background. Give
Mm-hmm.
me a quick bubble. Please take care of that. Yeah, this there was definitely backlash. I apologize to all the viewers and everything. Um, it hasn't been easy, and honestly, to this day, I get some backlash from the powers that be. You know what I mean? Like, the members love it. The
Right.
members, the members are always looking for something new. They want to be educated, and a huge thing with being part of a union job is that as a union member or as a union worker, you have to stay involved. The reason is that sooner or later the union is going to need you to show up to a rally. They're going to need you
Right.
to show up to do certain things. And if you've never had the feeling of being involved and being part of something, it's basically a club. When the union calls, you're going to be like, yeah, but I don't really hang out with you guys. Or, that's not really my thing.
Thing, right.
So a huge thing with the page that I'm running at 100th Street is, other than just the black and white stuff, a little bit of workers' power is involved. I try not to get too political or anything like that, but people got to understand that you're part of something great.
Right.
Unions in the country are little by little being destroyed, and we need to try our very best to keep them alive. It's the only thing that has ever gotten a worker anywhere. You know, so there's some people who their jobs have been easy by not having to teach anyone. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I feel like those times have to be put in the past, and everybody who's in a position of a union as a union representative has to stand for the job and start doing their work of organizing the workers, that being dispatchers and any type of operator or machinist in the MTA.
Right.
I had a dispatcher come to me yesterday. I was doing the M15, and he looked brand new. I don't know how much time he had, but I wouldn't say he was a dispatcher more than 2 or 3 years, or
Right.
even a year really. And he
Mm-hmm.
came, and my bus had broken down. I called it in. I got it swapped out, and he was like, "Oh, you're 215, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, well, my name is such and such. Anything you need, I'm here for you." And he walked away, and as he walked away, I honked at him, boom, boom. And when he came back, I told him, "I really appreciated you introducing yourself like that."
Right.
And it just put us on a level right
Level.
away
Right.
that
Right.
now we friends. Like
Right.
we have something there. So
Right.
this goes to both sides. We could work together and we could do things right.
Right. Well, like as a supervisor, dispatcher, what I like to tell people is, I don't I don't believe that I'm in a position above you. I believe we're still on the same level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just have different responsibilities at work than you do. You know what I'm saying? One of most responsibilities is to make sure that you do your job according to the way transit subscribes. But in no way, shape, or form do I ever believe that I'm superior to you in any way, shape, or form. And I think I conduct myself that way. And that's how I always operate. So yeah, so shout out to that dispatch. I don't know what his name is. Would have been nice you got his name. We could give him a shout out. But if you see him again, just again, like you said, let him know that you appreciate him. Talking to you in the manner which you talk to. Hey, I'm here for you, and I'll take care of you. Right, Danny?
Yeah, right. Listen, one of the things that is you learn as coming in this job is you're kind of embedded into your head from the senior operators and some that it's us against the supervisors.
Right.
We're all human. We all have the same. It's a job. We all have different responsibilities. When you take a promotion exam, that just means you have more responsibilities than we do.
Right.
But we're
Right.
still all human, and it always comes back to, I feel like it's always us against them. That can't be the case. Me and you, Q, we worked great always.
Right.
MTV's
Right.
operators probably wouldn't be around if it wasn't because of you.
No,
Out of the
well, thanks.
millions of
I
questions
appreciate
that we
that.
had,
Uh-huh.
we talked so much about me even just starting that, and you guided me, told me this, that, and next thing you know, MTV Operators was born.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, because I remember when you were new and you just came on a job, you used to come to me with questions all the time. I just answered. Now you don't ask me anything like at all. I'm like, okay, this guy's got it now. You understand? But I would take the time out to talk to him, just like we talk to anyone else that's doing the job. Give advice, my opinion. You still do what you decide to do in this situation, whatever. But Danny is taking a stance on some situations that some people may have been afraid to do. You know what I'm saying? And I tell him publicly, I applaud him for that, because I don't think I would have done that with only like a couple years on the job. You know what I'm saying? And that was really, really brave of you. So my hat's off to you on that.
Thank
Frank.
Sure.
Frank, I think it's the first time I've met you, but I'm a part. Even though I'm not at 100th Street, I follow your page, and you're doing a great job also disseminating some of the information that you disseminate. Do you find it difficult? I know you have to like dig deep, because I think Danny just posted something about I think the mobile paddle reports, and I'm going to be honest with you, when I seen them, like, oh, they can get their paddle reports on the phone now. That's great. Again, makes my job easier. No one will be coming to me, hey, I lost my paddle report. I can't find my paddle report. Or, hey, I need a new paddle report. Hey, the printer's not working because I can't, because my paddle report.
Hey. Let's go back to that printer, though. We should always have a working printer. We had a lot of fights about paddles. Right? It's like, it's like if you print a paddle, what was it that you told me? If you print a paddle on your first day of the pick, you should hold that paper to the end of the pick. That's not how we roll now, because
we're gonna have that discussion, old school versus new school. I'm old school. When I came to the job, you got a paddle at the beginning of the pick, and that was it. By week 3, I had my paddles memorized. Even if it was a floater, I knew I belonged on the road every day of the week. I've had guys come to me and say, can I get a paddle? I'm like, what do you need a paddle for? Oh, my old one is wrinkled. Really?
I'll stay in the middle with you guys. I keep my paddles the whole pick, and they look crazy, but we have the same problem at 100th Street. The printer never works. It recently it started working. I guess they finally might have gotten the piece they needed, but that's something that's where we're gonna work together. You understand?
Right, definitely. But it's old school point. Just to show you how hard it was to get a paddle from dispatchers. At the end of the pick, we would trade paddles. Meaning, like, if you picked my run, I'd give you my own paddle, because getting another one if you lost the new one was a mission.
That's funny, bro.
Yeah, it was definitely like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think some of those, I wouldn't say old school traditions, but like I said, as we move into the digital age, and they make some things more accessible to us as employees, we forget, or I would say we get a little bit more relaxed in doing some things the old school way that did make the job easier for some people. Like I would say having to print paddles for 12 people within an hour makes my job a little more difficult. But then again, being able to print your paddle 12 times a day if necessary may make your job easier as an operator. You know what I'm saying? But like you say, Frank, you got to find some middle ground in that to make everyone's day, go smooth.
Well, it's there. You guys have one in the swing room, right? A computer to type your own paddles.
Oh, the kiosk? Yeah. If someone doesn't log out or want to be funny and flip the screen on it, or
that's the thing.
the zoom to 150, and like, hey, someone said, can you print a paddle? Like, no, the print's too big.
If you can figure out that kiosk,
bro, you're killing me right now.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Well, you see, this is the difference, though, that when you were around, you memorized it, right? For us, although, yes, I can memorize I know my paddle already, but I laminate mine from the beginning. That's the first purchase I've ever made. When I first started this job and I knew I was going to need good working paddles, I bought a laminator. So I laminate my paddles every pick.
Right.
Now
and I do it for a couple of people. There's a lot of people in the depot that just hit me up every time the new pick. Hey, can you do this for me? Can you do this one? But the thing is, with new operators, they're also taught that as you're going down the line, because you're still new, to focusing with everything else. You got to remember, we have a lot more things to worry about. Bikes, mopeds, all the skateboards, road. So we're taught as you're going down the line, just cross off your time points so you don't get confused, because at the same time technology wasn't as much as it was back then. So we get called right away if we're running 3.5 minutes up.
Right.
Well, I'm sure when you were driving, that might have not been the case. When you hit a dispatcher, they would remind you, hey, you're running ahead of schedule. But now they have the tablets. So it's like 3.5. If you don't have your paddle, or, God forbid, you forgot it, and this is where the confrontation comes, where sometimes somebody will come to the window like, hey, can I get a paddle? I left mine in my car or something. And it might just be that 1 minute that they might pull out late.
Right.
So it's like that's where we kind of got to work together a little bit. Like it might seem tedious to you to print it, but at the same time, that operator might actually be like, "Oh crap! I left the other day. I text you and I said, hey, can you print out
funny. That was the
7 for
last
me?'
thing I got from you.
Right?
Yeah.
I got laminated paddles, but I forgot mine in my car that day.
Right.
I was already pre-tripping my bus until I realized I didn't have my paddle. Kind of knew it,
I mean,
but I'm
listen,
like,
Frank, I'll print anybody a paddle, but I may give you a hard time about it. But I'll definitely, print
It's
it.
all love, man.
well, you also got to understand Q. That's how he is too. Q is real. He'll treat you like another bus operator. Although he has the white shirt, first and foremost is we're Union Brothers first.
Right. Just different local. Yeah. So TWU, bro. So, fellas, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you taking the time out on such short notice to make time in the evening to come on this broadcast with me. Actually, it's my first one. You guys made me feel comfortable. I made you guys feel just as comfortable. And again, thanks for joining me. For everybody watching, Danny Cruz, he runs MTV Operators and TA MaBSTOA United. And also Frank DeJesus, he runs the Facebook group page for 100 Depot. If you're at a depot, if you're at a depot and you have a Facebook group that you may feel is not up to par with the information that group is disseminating, you should really take a look at what these two guys are doing on their pages. And if you don't start your own, maybe guide the person that's running the page at your depot, put them in touch with Danny Cruz and Frank DeJesus, and really get them on the ball, because these two guys are doing a really, really great job at what they do. And it takes a lot of time out of their personal lives to do what they're doing. I'm quite sure it's not as simple as just, 4 or 5 minutes to dive deep, because these transit websites, it's not just a click. You got like 5 clicks to get to really what you're looking for, So I applaud you guys, and I thank you again for coming on, and I hope you guys have a great night.
Sure. Thank you.
If you don't mind, Q, I got one. I'll just touch up on one thing.
Yeah, sure.
Just so everybody's on this, we're actually trying to branch out. So MTV Operators doesn't only have the MTV Operators. I've gotten people from other groups that are out there, like Jackie Gleason. There's a couple of people from Jackie Oma Park. There's a couple of people from Trains on there, just so they can see what's going on. We're bringing a network together of trying to make everybody on the same page. So they're learning from me, I'm learning from them. I'm sharing in their page, they're cooperating in ours. So it's bringing everybody to a level that we're building the network. Like for me, I would have not been, although I started MTV Operators, I would have never branched out as big as I did with TA and MaBSTOA United, because that's more on, I got tired of going to post and share so many different groups.
Right.
So I said, you know what? Me, Michael Enriquez, if most people already know him on Facebook, great, smart guy, really, really has a lot of knowledge to pass on to people, especially when it comes to union work and making sure you protect your job. And without him, for me, I would have not learned as much as I did now. It's taking me to another level, and I think Frank can agree to that. And there's a lot of other people out there that will say the same. Me,
right. We got to set up another show and get Mike on the show. I think we tried to get him on tonight, but he wasn't available. I found too another wealth of knowledge and information, well put together. Not just all over the place. He definitely has a road that he's traveling, and he stays on that road, which I like. Sometimes you go to some pages and some of the information is just so much all over the place. It doesn't make, even though it's transit information, sometimes it just doesn't make sense to what the page is trying to say, if that makes any sense to you guys.
But there are a lot of guys out there who are also the same as me and Frank in their groups. They're just focusing more on their side. They're not being so vocal out into the world.
And that's the whole thing, that it's a situation of each one teach one. You know,
Right.
there's like no, we're all brothers and sisters in the situation that we are. We all have the same goal of making this job easier and better place. And we're willing to talk with anybody and get things to the next level. It's huge and imperative that people get involved.
All right, fellas. All right, thanks. Just gonna wrap it up for this evening, and I'll see you guys soon. Keep up the good
All
work.
right.
Thank you.
Happy
Thanks,
holidays,
Q.
Q.
All right, seeing you and your family.
Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Good night.